Tell me why you're doing this. Seriously.
Yeah.
Why do you do it?
Money?
I mean,
This was my audition scene, or one of, and I think this was the first dialogue scene we actually shot. Brian and I, way back in the day.
how old were you when you shot this pilot? I mean, you look like.
I mean, I haven't really aged.
You have not at all,
no,
actually.
that's a lie.
No, you have
That
not.
is a lie. Look, I'm a baby.
You are a baby. You're a fetus.
I think I'm 27. Yeah.
And did that little fetus know that this show would change his life?
That little fetus was just happy to have a job.
Yes.
You know. Yeah, I was at the lowest point in my career when I booked Breaking Bad. I could not figure out how I was going to pay my bills, and yeah, Breaking Bad really changed everything.
And Jesse, you were filming Friday Night Lights, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Were you a fan of Breaking Bad by then?
I was one of the few people that hadn't seen the show.
Are you serious?
I got
What
the
was
audition.
the address of the rock that you were living under?
Yeah, I know. It was a big one. I hadn't seen the show, and it was sort of a dry spell. And then I got this audition, and my friends were really excited, but it was a dummy scene. It didn't end up making it into the show, and it was one of those auditions that was like so good to have some good material, and so I really didn't think I would get the part. I didn't think about it, and then a few days later was, all right, you got it, you're going to Albuquerque tomorrow. And then I was there for about a week and a half or 2 weeks before I started shooting, so I just binge watched the show in this tiny little hotel room in Albuquerque, and then met Aaron and Brian in the thick of the show. So I mean, all I saw was Jesse and Walt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the two people to meet.
Yeah.
Yes. So Aaron, you mentioned that you actually auditioned for the show with that scene.
Yes.
Let's take a look at that special moment, shall
Oh
we?
God.
Oh, the
Oh no,
audition
no.
thing.
See, this is terrible.
I wish you would have kept the hair, man.
I mean, look at the hair.
Really
I
good.
slicked it back in the bathroom like the last minute. I mean, look at that.
Jesse doesn't need fingers on his gloves.
Yeah, right? No, see,
Yeah.
Jesse is,
Yeah.
I'm trying to, I don't know. It's so funny because you don't know really who this guy is going to be post the pilot.
When Vince gave you that second scene to work on, did you have a feeling that things were going well, that it could potentially be yours?
When he had me come back in and read the scene, I found out on the way to my car that I was testing for the show, and then I tested against 3 other guys, and I knew it was really between me and this other guy. Penn Badgley was one of the guys that was testing, and then it was so long ago that I'm blanking on the 2 other guys. I did not recognize them at the time, but this other guy just really, I mean, right when he walked in, I was like, oh my God, that guy looks like a meth addict, in a good way. Like he was like
Handsome.
yeah. I mean, he was just like in the role, It was like, oh my God, this guy's gonna steal it from me. But after the test, it took about 2 weeks for them to finally let me know. Usually after you test,
Right.
you find out fairly quickly, and this was during pilot season. I was desperate. I'm like,
Longest 2 weeks of your life.
yeah, and the moment I heard everyone just talking before they told me, I knew I had landed the job.
You can tell immediately by the tone of their voice.
Oh yeah,
right?
the moment, yeah.
What does that sound like? What's that tone sound like, Jesse?
Well, you know when someone has good news or bad news.
That's
you know
Right,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah. It's
But sometimes they try to fake you out just for the fun of it because they like toying with your emotions.
God,
I've
no.
never had.
That would be
That's just me.
That'd be terrible.
Sorry.
Yeah, and if that's your reps doing that, they're not real. They won't be your reps for that long.